So I press record. It's only myself that's being recorded. So if you want to take up your position for a formal practice, then now is the time to do so. So just start by, just before you close down your eyes, just check in with yourself and just check in with how you're feeling today, and just have a look around, that even though you might be in a position you've been in hundreds of times before or is a regular position for you, just have a look at what's to the left or to the right of you, or if there's anything different in the room than is normally there. And when you feel familiar with your surroundings, bring your eyes to a gentle close. So we do this for a couple of reasons, to close down our eyes. So if you think of the mind and the thoughts, we come to meditation practice, mindfulness practice with an expectation. So we're just closing down the eyes, withdrawing that sense, and that can help us cultivate a more settled mind. That does not mean that our thoughts won't come to interrupt us, because they like to do that. So just bring yourself some kindness as you begin this practice. How are you feeling? However you're feeling today, whether you're feeling discomfort, tired, full of joy, or just in that in-between space of, I can feel something, but I can't really put a word to it. Just bring kind awareness to how you feel. And then just, with your eyes closed, check into your comfort. So distractions will come during our practice, as they do in everyday life. So let's be kind to ourselves with how we deal with them throughout the practice. And we're just going to step into a space of letting go of thoughts, letting go of anxieties that we might have. So anxiety can sometimes be related to rumination or obsessive thinking. And our mindfulness practice or meditation practice can soothe those anxieties. Just brings us an opportunity to soothe them. So just start to connect in with your breathing first of all. So just breathing in and out through the mouth or through the nose, whichever's easiest for you today and in this moment. And just let your energy, your body settle in the position that you've chosen to practice in. So soften your shoulders. And that might be that with the exhale, we just think of the shoulder blades letting go and falling down our back. And then as we exhale again, just feeling our belly soften, all those tiny micro muscles around our navel, just relaxing. I don't need to relax completely. And our thighs, particularly the back of the thighs, just feeling them in contact with the surface that we're resting in. Just coming down to the calf muscles. And just watching the synchronicity between the exhale and the softening. And then just coming down to the feet and the balls of the feet. Just letting go. And we don't need to know what we're letting go of. Just breathing in and out. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of the body. As the body breathes itself, just let yourself drop into a deep state of being rather than doing. So we very often think we're not sure how to be. Well, let's just think of it's not a state of doing. So right here, right now, just present with the breath and with this very moment. And as you watch the breath and as you relax down and possibly fall into the company of dreams, thoughts will suddenly arise from what appears to be nowhere. And they'll start to play. And just for today, just for this moment, as you notice any thoughts that arise, just see if we can see them from a distance. So we're not all of us is our thoughts. And let's just see if we can just witness those thoughts. so it can help to visualize them maybe as clouds or bubbles. So as a thought arises, it floats up into your mind, up into your awareness, and then if left alone, it will just carry on floating, dissipate, or burst if it's a bubble. And stay anchored just in the breath, so you don't have to go internally if the lungs are frightening or they represent fear. You can just think of it more of the act of respiration. So just pulling the air and just being present with that act. Present with the act of releasing the exhale. And also being aware of the thought clouds or thought bubbles that arise. And at the same time, the same as clouds or bubbles aren't solid, so our thoughts aren't solid. They're not fixed. They take shape and they break apart. While all this is happening, see if we can just let go. And rebelliously just seek rest in this moment. As all this happens around us, everything is continually changing shape, being blown by the wind, thoughts coming and going. And maybe some thoughts we can't grasp, like a cloud or a bubble. So just let the thoughts be, and just let yourself be in this moment. Just letting go of those anxieties, just finding that space in this moment. To just be. And through that active just being, our brain battery can refill. So very often when you've had a brain injury or a stroke, or as we get older, you know, we have that concept that we have spoons and of having so many spoons, and how do we recharge? Or just this act of letting go and of seeing those thoughts pass can help us just rest. And sometimes we don't need to look at how we do that. We just look at how we avoid chasing those thoughts or feelings, or following them, or attaching an expectation to them, or trying to stop them or push them away. Let's just see if we can remain aware just of that state of being, and if we can define that just as a state of not doing, aware of the thoughts but not thinking. And we can just, that kindness that we started the practice with, see if we can cultivate that kindness towards our thoughts by just allowing them to shift and change and flow, to just rest and relax, nothing to fight against, nothing to stop. Just remaining present right here, right now. And just recall that you're not your thoughts, but their witness. Just look upon each with curiosity. But again, just keep coming back to the breath, just that navel softening. And then if you want to take it a little bit further, just see, just all this is energy. So the mind is energy. That's what we're trying to recharge. And that energy is quite playful. So if you were going to choose a type of energy you'd like to invite in, then you can invite more of that energy in, or you can simply let go and rest and let the body take care of itself. And each breath just representing steadiness, peacefulness, ease. And then just allowing yourself to come back in more into the body and into the shape that the body is making against the surface. So taking the curiosity to the shape the body is making and where it's connecting with the surface, with the sofa in the room or the chair in the room. So the back of the head, the back of the neck and the shoulders, those shoulders and shoulder blades that we connected with earlier, resting against the surface, anchoring us down into our lower back and our hip bones, the thighs, again particularly the back of the thighs, connecting with the surface, and the calf muscles, the heels and the balls of the feet or the foot. Just before we open our eyes, just picturing what the room is going to look like, and just bring ourselves, before we open our eyes, just more back into our bodies. So maybe touching a surface at the side, or a part of our body, or gripping our hand, wiggling our toes. And then opening our eyes with that downward gaze, letting the light in gradually, and then just taking our time, no rush at all, to bring ourselves back into the room, back to where we are, and back to our day.